I really wanted to give a love-hate story for the Honda Lead, but driving the Yamaha Grande first just made everything about the Lead a hate. The primary focus of these bikes though is they are shopping carts. They're for going to the mall, buying groceries, picking up your kids. The small wheels are not great. The big seats adding to the wobbly handling, it's on both bikes. You do not have the control on either bike that you would do on something like a Airblade and SH, something that's not seat oriented. Okay, so here we go on a Yamaha Grande shopping cart. Let's see how it compares to the Honda Lead. I mean, immediately I can say that this bike I have way more control over. I'm enjoying riding. It's really light. I can't, oh my, incredible. And it leans in, so when you start cornering, like lean over, it corners with you rather than fight against you. So it's a really great. So legroom, I have absolutely miles of legroom here, even more than the Honda SH, which I tried last week. That's incredible. How much control do I have going over bumps? And so far I'm just liking it. It's handling all of this really nicely. Very little shakes through the plastic. So it is worth pointing out that these are shopping cart scooters. They are designed to have the maximum seat space under the seat storage as possible. So your standard setup is you have an entire family plus all of the shopping on these bikes. And they got tiny wheels with wide bodies, and they wobble around and handle terribly. Now that is certainly the case with the Honda Lead. It's a lot less of the case with this Yamaha Grande. I gotta say as well, like, just everything is solid on this. It doesn't feel cheap, and it's just wow. I mean, I could do that with probably with my little finger if I get it around, but it's so light. Amazing. All right, let's do the Honda Lead quick. It's heavy. This bike is heavy. In terms of what does it feel like, it feels almost double the weight of that. There have been moments where I just want to throw this bike in the bin and buy something else. It is so wobbly to drive. So I'm driving around on a bike, but I have absolutely no confidence in its handling abilities. When you're driving a kid around, which is so common on these bikes, you need something that you feel in control of. And I don't feel in control of this bike, and it terrifies me. So I'm often saying, why am I driving this dangerous top-heavy bike around? And then you go to a shop and you pile out with luggage, you put luggage down at your feet, you put luggage on your seat, you fill up the gas at the front, and you're like, that's why, because it's so convenient. You can drive along at 40 kilometers an hour. Now that really is the maximum you can drive without this thing being a death trap. Just move on to the suspension here. It's so harsh, and I figured it out. Because I'm heavy, the suspension is already down, it's crushed. Basically, there is no suspension travel anymore. So you feel every single bump, and and what's worse is if you go over a bump and the suspension lifts a bit, it actually pings you back up and then squashes again. So you got no control. I lose control of the front end sometimes. Now, I only had a very small go on the Yamaha Grande, but I did not have that issue on that bike. Everything about this bike is convenient, apart from how it drives. But I can't go around this corner. Like, I have to prepare myself to get around that corner. So let's talk about legroom for a sec. I have a lot less legroom on this bike. I'm having to really put my legs out. It's very easy to jam your knees in like so. The seating ledge I always thought was quite comfortable up until I tried the Grande, but actually it's a lot smaller. I'm pushed further forwards. I can sit back like this, that works. But generally speaking, on these bikes you stay put, so it's not as comfortable as that bike. So some of the stuff I love about the Lead, and it's so convenient, is having a front pocket here to put your phone in, your keys in. The front gas, very convenient down here. So in the Grande, I got 2 small helmets, pretty shallow. The dual sport helmet definitely doesn't fit in. To be honest with you, this compartment's not that big. It's bigger than Airblades and things, but it's still not that big. Okay, the Honda Lead, definitely bigger. You can easily get 2 helmets in, no problem. I'm always having this debate of safety versus convenience in my mind. It's because They are so convenient. You put so much luggage down here, you can strap stuff on here. You can do all this stuff on the other bike as well, just for design of these bikes in general. They are amazing at what they do. But this is better. Yes. On this occasion, buy a Yamaha.